Hello, everybody. First off, I want to thank God for this opportunity. I want to thank you all for coming out. I know it's kind of like something y'all kind of like had to be here, but I appreciate everybody in this room. My mother's in the back, so my mother's in the building. Hey, Mom. Thank you for coming. The message I kind of got today is I'm going to tell you a little bit of my story, and then I'm going to go into the depths of the title of the message is Your Life Matters. And I'm just going to talk about the importance of how your life matters and my own daily struggles that I had at your age. And I wanted to make it more like I'm 27, so I don't know what it's like to be in a high school environment now. But I kind of just want to talk about what it was like for me as a kid at 14, 15, 16, 17, however old you are in here. So my name is Chris Cook. I'm from Knoxville, Tennessee. I was born and raised in Marywood, Tennessee. Just a little background about me. I went to West High School. I graduated in 2014. I was a college athlete, so I played college basketball. I played at Rome State, then I played at Barton College in North Carolina. I have my general studies from Rome State, and then I have my Bachelor's of Arts in Communications. Well, through that whole journey, going from high school all the way up to college, I never really realized how much I struggled with my own self-esteem. So I had, my mom, she can vouch for this, I had seizures when I was a kid. So I was actually held back in first grade, so I never really got the, I guess you could say, the opportunity to figure out who I really wanted to be, because the expectation of me being an IEP, which is like the individual, I forgot the program for it, but it's like I was in that program, so somebody's life expectation and opinion of who I was going to become was always written by someone else. So for me, I'm here to tell you that your life matters. Like everybody that sits in this room, your life matters. I don't know what you're going through in your life, but if my 14-year-old, 15-year-old self was sitting in this room, this is what I would say to myself, is where you are right now in your life is not where you're going to end up being. I would have never thought the circumstances of me going from high school, going to play college basketball would end up me living in Los Angeles, pursuing a professional career in basketball. I would have never thought that from a kid that was 7 that was held back. I was always focused on the expectations that other people had for my life. I was always focused on the other opinions. You're this person, you're that person. And at the end of the day, the importance is, it's who do you want to become? Who do you want your life to be? What story do you want people to write about on your obituary? And that's something that I think about all the time. It's like what I want people to remember Chris for. I want you to remember me for that guy that like inspired people to be the greatest within themselves. As I'm learning that in my own journey. I'm not perfect. I make mistakes every day. I'm just like you guys. But in an opportunity, in a setting like this, I'm glad that I was able to like be in this room with you guys, because I don't know what, like I said, I don't know your lives. I don't know what's going on in your lives outside of this room. But I would tell you this, like, God is good, man. Like, seriously. I don't know where you stand spiritually. I'm not going to speak on that, but I will speak for myself. My faith is what has carried me through my life. Me believing in myself, me having the faith that God has a plan for my life. And I truly believe that. And I'm able to stand up here and do what I've always dreamed of doing, is helping other people and inspiring other people. So I'm going to give you like 3 things that it's just kind of been on my mind is, like I said, if myself was sitting in this room, this is what I would say to myself. I love you. You're a work in progress. That's the first thing I would start with at myself at 14, 15. I love you. I look in the mirror. There's days I don't love myself. I'll be honest with you guys. There's days I wake up, my anxiety is so full of the roof that like I remember what people used to say to me when I was on the playground and I would play by myself. There's times and glimpses where I remember where I was so depressed out that I had so many suicidal thoughts that I'm like, I wonder what the world would be like on the other side if I wasn't alive. I've always thought about those things. I've always had suicidal thoughts. I've always had depression thoughts. I've always had anxiety thoughts, because I was always living within the expectations of other people. You know, what does Connor think of me? What does Victoria think of me? That was always in the back of my mind. And then being an athlete, it was always like I had to be a certain persona I had to be a certain person for this environment to be accepted in this environment. So I'm here to tell you that's the number one thing, is I love myself, and I'm a work in progress. Number two, I would tell you, is be you. Be yourself. Ultimately, be who you want to become. Be yourself. Everybody else is already taken on this earth, but there's only one person that you can be, which is you. And I learned that the hard way. I try to be, like I said, I try to be everything that everybody else wanted me to be. And I was never happy within my own skin. That's the second thing. First thing is I love you, and you're a work in progress. The second thing is be yourself. It's okay to be different. It is. I don't know why this society puts this role on, if you're this, or you act this certain way, or you do certain things this way, that you're weird. You're not normal. None of us are normal. None of us are. It's okay. It's okay. And the third thing I would tell myself is be kind to others, because you never truly know what other people are going through. There were so many times that people would make fun of me, and I would believe those things, and I would run with those things. And I would think that that's my story. That's who I'm supposed to be. That's what's written for my life. That's the three things I would share with you guys. You know, and like I said again, just like I thank you all for coming to this, being in this room, being in this space, being in this element. I mean, you have some amazing mentors, amazing people that come here, they spend their time with you guys, they see the greatness in you. That would be my definition. They see the greatness in you. And maybe sometimes you may not understand why they're pushing you so hard. I didn't understand why my coach would make me do certain things, and now I'm 27, and I'm like, oh, now I know why I had to touch the line. Because when you cheat in sports, you don't cheat nobody else but yourself. You cheat yourself in life, what are you going to do to others? You're going to cheat others, right? Kindness is huge. That's one of the things that I would definitely preach about. Be kind to yourself. You look like I said, when you look in the mirror, you're a work in progress. You're not going to have every answer. I'm 27, I'm on business, and I still don't have all the answers. There's people that I have to reach out to get the answer. It's okay to ask for help. That's okay. If you don't know something, ask. That's why you have these amazing mentors here. They've did their life journey is not over, but they've did their journey. They've been in your shoes. You know, so I think that everybody in here, I'm going to be honest with you. You are enough. You are worthy. You have purpose. You are beautiful. And don't let no one tell you anything different. Be yourself. Love yourself. Encourage yourself. Because then when you do all those things, you can give it to the world. What you give out is what you get back. That's something that I live by. I love being an inspiration to other people. So I'm hoping that, you know, after this, I receive inspiration for my own life. So I would just say this, you know, I started, after college basketball, I went on to but I went to LA to pursue professional basketball. It didn't work out. That's okay. It didn't work out. I was living in Los Angeles. I wasn't the happiest person. I was chasing a dream. Be great is my passion. Be great is what I love to do. What's your passion? What do you ultimately love to do? It could be as simple as making wristbands. It could be as simple as making a t-shirt. It could be as simple as making that cool bottle you have over there. What's your passion? What do you love to do? Figure out those things. Figure out what you love to do. Because once you figure out your passion and you figure out what you love to do, your life will transcend. Don't focus on what people have to say. Don't focus on what those other peers think about you, because none of that matters, man. What matters is who you want to become and the things that you want to do in life. That's the most important things that matter. You know, whatever Charlie says or whatever Johnny says, whatever Steven says, whatever any of those people say, none of that stuff matters. And I'm here to tell you that it doesn't. So COVID hit. I was in Los Angeles. And this BeGreat has been an idea since I was literally 14 years old. It's been an idea since I was 14. And the reason I never launched it is because my self-esteem was so low. I'm like, who in the world would listen to me and my story and listen to me speak? Who would want to hear that? And so from the time from 14 to 25, I had an idea for 11 years that I was afraid to launch it. Because I didn't believe in myself. I'll be honest with you guys. I didn't believe in myself. I didn't take the courage to believe in myself. I didn't take that, what they call that leap of faith. I didn't take that. I was scared. I was nervous. So then 25 comes. I'm living in Los Angeles. I'm in a apartment for 3 months by myself. And at the time, I don't know, well, you guys probably wasn't watching the news, but like at the time, LA was shut down. You couldn't do anything. You couldn't go anywhere. There was tanks in the road. There was like Army, I guess you'd call it the National Guard. I mean, they had a curfew at 8 o'clock. So I'm sitting there and I'm just like, basketball's over, man. Accept it. That was one of the hardest moments of my life ever. I'm in an apartment for 3 months by myself going crazy. I'm depressed. I don't want to live anymore because my identity was basketball. I struggled with that. My identity was so rooted so deeply into basketball, I thought that was my purpose for life. I'm like, yeah, I'm 6'6". I'm supposed to play in the NBA. I'm supposed to be like, I shouldn't be standing here right now. That was the type of mindset that I had. Y'all should be watching me on TV right now, getting ready for my game. And I allowed something that was created by someone else to become my identity. So then 3 months, like I said, July hits, I moved back home. I moved back to Tennessee. I didn't know what was next. I had no idea. I didn't have a job. I didn't have any money because all of it went to LA. Like, it's not cheap to live out there. I just say that. But that's where everything went. Every dollar that I spent went to my body. It went to me working on my craft. It went to the gym memberships. It went to the food, the supplements. It went to all that because I was creating the image of somebody that I wasn't to get accepted by someone else. I want that scout to pick me up because my body looks good, or I look this certain way, or I look this. So my identity was rooted into something else that wasn't making me fulfilled, making me happy. So then we come into September. I said, it's time, man. It's time to launch BeGreat. It's time. And then when I tell you, you ever had a moment where it just feels like this is what's supposed to be? This is what your purpose is supposed to be. This is what I'm supposed to be living for. And that's what it was. That's what happened to me. Me and Victoria talked about that yesterday. She said, I've been with Emerald Youth, and I feel like this is where I'm supposed to be. She's a former athlete. She probably knows some of the stuff I'm talking about as far as identity and trying to find your own identity outside of basketball. I had no direction after basketball. But that's the thing that I would say to you guys is figure out what your purpose is. And you can figure that out early. I did at 14. I figured out that I wanted to show others how to be the greatest within themselves as working on myself. And I would say when September 11th, my anniversary is actually coming up. My 2-year anniversary for BeGreat is coming up. And I launched it, and it's been amazing. The journey's been incredible. I mean, it's been incredible to see the reach and the love and the passion from people about BeGreat. And that's what I'm going to tell you guys. This is not a soap opera about myself, but I'm going to tell you guys, like, the idea that you have, you never know what it's going to catapult to. I started with an idea that was 11 years ago. I started with 4 shirts. Seriously, I sold 4 shirts, and they were all the people I knew. And now it's like the idea that I created when I was 14, BeGreat's like worldwide now. It's amazing to see the reach that it's touched and the lives that it's touched. And that would be my message to you. Don't do like I did. Learn from me. An idea that you have right now, it may be the greatest idea ever. One of y'all may be the next inventor in here. I don't know what it's going to be. I have no idea. Don't be afraid like I was in the fear of other people and their thoughts about my life. Whatever idea you have, maybe you may not have any ideas. You may say, how do I build an idea? That's where you start. That's the start. What do I want to do? Who do I want to become? What idea do I want to develop? How do I want to help people? How do I want to see others succeed? And that's what I would tell you guys is go into the thought process of it's okay. It's okay. Some businesses fail. That's fine. That's part of life. But the next one may be the one. Don't be afraid. Be encouraged. I'm here to tell you seriously, like, it's amazing. It's just amazing just to stand here, seriously. And now I have you guys, looking at me and listening to my story. It's beautiful, man. This is the life that I wanted. This is what I wanted to create. This is who I really was destined to be. And that's what I'm gonna tell you guys. Y'all all are destined to be great. Every single one of you in here, you're destined to be great. I don't know what your destiny is. I'm not God, but I'm telling you, you are destined to be great. At whatever you do, whatever you touch, I'm praying that for you guys. And just go be great. And my saying was be great. The motto is don't wait to be great. Don't wait. Because the opportunity is going to pass you. I can promise you that. It almost passed me because, like I said, I was afraid and I was in the fear of failure. I was focused on the fear of failure. So whatever idea, whatever you want to be, whatever you want to become, you can ultimately do it. I mean, I'm 27, I'm doing it now, and if I can do it, the kid that was made fun of his whole life and believed everything else, what everybody else said, I know you guys can do it. And I'm rooting for you. I have my cards in my car, so it's going to have my number on there. If you guys ever need anything, any advice, any conversations, I have a website. You can message me on there. You can reach out to me on there. Just seriously, whatever you need, please reach out. Don't be afraid and say, oh, he probably won't reply. I won't get back to you at that very moment, but I promise you I will. Because everybody in here, I know you have purpose. You have life. You're in this room for a reason. And this moment was meant for you today. It meant for me. And like I said, don't wait to be great. Opportunity is right there. So whatever you want to do in life, go do it. And remember, I love you. You're a work in progress. Be yourself. And remember, just don't wait to be great. That's all I got.